campaign button 1 of 6 versus mode button campaign button. Select custom game world select. Are you sure? Mode there is no tutorial in custom game mode. We highly recommend playing. Loading mode. Custom settings screen. World tab 1 of 5 press L1 or R1 buttons to change tabs terrain sub-tab section 1 of 6 well see text input world size graph 4 not 90 global 30 6 30 40 6 130 20 full 30 full distance 40 full 50 60 full distance 70 full 80 90 full distance knockback 6 knock player knockback resistance slider 02 up mob knockback pickling resource knock 30 pickling knockback resistance mob knockback 10 mob knockback resistance slider 03 up 40 value is 10 maximum value is 5 player mob knockback 30 40 70 50 player knock 60 player knockback resistance 250 player knockback resistance 260 player knock 420 pickling knockback resistance slider 04 of 4 minimum value is 10 maximum value is 500 current value is 10 resource diamond red stop 20 hazard damage 30 hazard 40 70 hazard damage 80 hazard 70 hazard buff dense over mob llama damage costumes start button square bot. Are you sure? Flynachos, my role choice. Start costume settings screen. Costume settings screen. Stone slide 200 stone 100 with 1500 with 1 with 1000 stone 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 200 800 gold 9 1 200 800 1000 300 red 1000 1 black 200 400 black 1 200 5 7 9 1 gold 200 8 9 1 build a lay slider 10 of 14 in back 7 gather a lay last tower core slider 12 of 40 0 1 last 2 3 2 1 2 spot 9 iron stone wood slider 1 of 9 minimum value is 0 maximum value is 9,000 8,000 9 wood 8,700 9,000 iron 8,600 9 8,600 9 8,600 9 redstone 9 8,600 9,000 6 6 7 7,000 chests sub-tabs blade build miscellaneous sub-tabs 1 lose resources 0 lose resources on death 1 to lose resources on death 199 lose resources on death 19 lose 12 lose 11 lose resource 2 lose 5 lose resources on death custom settings screen player tab 3 player damage slider play bonuses sub tab section 2 of 2 fat hide invulnerability switch row 3 of 3 switch on square button save ampersand continue triangle button reset default touchpad button friends custom settings screen player tool tab 4 of 5 press player mob costume player struck mob recall tiger switch row 5 of 5 switch on square button Tech tree sub-tab section for up for improvement. Banners switch row 38 up 41 switch on square button. Save ampersand continue triangle button. Reset 146 menu. 146 menu is held. Custom campaign screen start button square button. Accessibility settings touchpad button. Friends. Loading. 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 Resourcing hotbar selected. Use down directional button, left directional button, up directional button to change gather with selected melody one out to use that one or launch and navigate.
It's a new world out there.
In more ways than we know.
Resourcing hotbar selected. Use down directional button, left directional button, right directional button to change gather with selected melody one up to use the one or launch and navigate. Gather with up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Gather stone. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, think I will build right directional button, think ask to build. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, ping. I will build right directional button, ping. Ask to build. Gather stone. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, ping. I will build right directional button, ping. Ask to build. Gather stone. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, ping. I will build right directional button, ping. Ask to build. Gather stone. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, ping. I will build right directional button, ping. Ask to build. Gather stone. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, ping. I will build right directional button, ping. Ask to build. Gather stone. Gather wood, selected melody 1 out to use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather wood. Gather wood up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, ping. I will build right directional button, ping. Ask to build. Gather wood. World map. flynachos1111's has triangle button place marker default. World map. Triangle button play. Gather stone selected melody 2 of 2 use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather stone selected melody 2 of 2 use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, ping. I will build right directional button, ping. Ask to build. Extendable selected melody 2 of 8 use L1 R1 to navigate. Reinforcing hotbar selected use down directional button, left directional button, right directional button to change. Gather stone selected melody 2 of 2 use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather stone selected melody 2 of 2 use L1 R1 to navigate. Gather with selected melody 1 of 2 use L1 R1 to navigate. Gate selected melody 3 of 8 use L1 R1 to navigate.
The whole of the Bastion's defenses are impressive. You'll need a good plan to defeat those walls. You have something particularly useful to combat this base. Take a look at the melody to build the redstone launcher.
The piglin forces here are quite impressive. Sometimes bravery alone cannot overcome.
Gather more friends, gather more tools, and you'll be ready for this challenge in no time.
Kepler Tower selected melody 6 of 8 use L1 R1 to navigate. Arrow tower up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, I will go left directional button, ask the bill. Arrow tower up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button, I will go right directional button, ask the bill. Gate selected melody free LA use L101 to navigate. Village top are selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button to change improvement. X1003 selected melody free LA use L101 to navigate. Bunker top are selected use up directional button down directional button right directional button to change. Gate selected melody free LA use L101 to navigate. Bunker top. Tower selected melody for use L101 to navigate. Double. Gather stone up directional button, send yes to team down directional button, send no to team left directional button. I will build right directional button, ask to build. Gather wood. World map. Triangle button. World map. Try it. Gather stone select. Reinforcing hollow.
Bannerview could help you strategize how to best penetrate the hold of the Bastion's defenses.
Toolbar unit direct underscore frontline underscore category name hotbar selected use up directional button down directional button left directional button right directional button to change all mobs selected melody 1 out 6 use L1 R1 to navigate. Read. Menu. Save ampersandly. Save am loading. 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 Main menu screen campaign button 1 of 6 become a legend.